the French yachty I was describing, winched to safety after losing his motor, his rigging and his sails in high seas that were caused by ex-tropical Cyclone Lola. The dramatic rescue took place off North Cape in Northland, where swells of up to 10 metres were threatening to sink the stricken vessel. Northland Rescue helicopter pilot Steve Couchman is with us this morning. Steve, thank you for being here. Tell us what happened yesterday. It sounds like the seas were very rough.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Yeah, it was a little bit of an interesting day in the office for me yesterday. We had a forecast for the scene and it turned out to be reasonably accurate, 50 knots, so about 90 to 100 kilometres an hour winds, and a lot of rain, clouds, sort of 1,500 feet, I suppose, which is pretty good for us. And then, yeah, those swells, 6 to 10 metres. And when you put the 12-metre yacht in that mix with no sails and probably no steerage, it gets a bit dicey.
So there was a French, well, just one man on board, a Frenchman, and you managed to, is he in his inflatable, I can see? We're just looking at the footage. Yeah,
for some reason it didn't appear that there was a life raft on board, so the communication was a little bit difficult because he was obviously, well, seemed to me to be a French speaker. He did have a little bit of English, so he worked out we were inquiring about his life raft, and he took it upon himself to, from there, unstrap the little inflatable dinghy off the roof of his yacht. So that's the rain on the roof here, if you can hear it here. And he proceeded to get into it and set himself adrift. I mean, if we'd asked him to do that, we probably would have preferred that he tie the boat to his own yacht as well, perhaps. But anyway, it was a good result, and he drifted away from the vessel, and we managed to get him aboard.
How difficult is it? Because you had to winch one of your rescue swimmers down. How difficult is it to do all that while also keeping an eye on the huge swells?
Yeah, it's a bit of a juggling act, but you know, the team that we took on the day, the four of us, all worked together and managed to sort of brainstorm the best way to do it on the way up. And then when you get to the vessel and see the actual situation, we had a bit more of a discussion about it and decided it was attemptable. And because the obviously reasonably experienced yachty, from the look of it, took it on himself to get away from the boat with the mast waving all over the place and the sails and the rigging, as you've probably seen, we had a good result.
Hey, you're in Whangarei, obviously. How's the weather where you are now?
Can you hear it falling on the roof? I'm obviously in the hangar and only very minorly lined steel roof. So, yeah, the whole night was very windy at my place and a lot of rain, a fair bit of surface flooding. I saw just in a couple of Ks getting into work here.
Take care of yourself, and thank you very much for joining us this morning. Northland Rescue helicopter pilot Steve Couchman.